Hello friends, family, total strangers. Today's video is about why I am hiking the AT. I'm going to break it up into two sections. The first section is why would you want to through hike in general, and then the second section is specifically why the AT, why hike the AT. So let's get right into it. I think a lot of people have stereotypes as to why people hike the trail, whether it's to get over something, or they're young out of college and trying to find themselves, or yada, yada, yada. But the simple fact is, if you ask 100 thru hikers for nuanced reasons why they are hiking the trail, you're going to end up with 100 different answers. So everybody's doing it for different reasons. It's not all 22-year-olds out here. There's a lot of retirement age people. A lot of people wait to hike the AT until they retire. People from all walks of life. I met a PhD this morning. Yeah, all walks of life. And I think the underlying reason, everybody has their reasons, but there's an underlying reason why everyone who through hikes, and that is for adventure. I mean, the idea of putting a backpack on your back, walking for a couple thousand miles, that's just pure adventure. And not only is it pure adventure, but it's pure adventure with hundreds of other people, or thousands in the case of the AT, out doing the exact same thing. We're all out doing exactly that. I mean, it's a shared adventure. And you know, van life can be a little bit isolating. So it's actually awesome to be out here, you know, with other people, meeting new people. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Oh, I have a hiker showing up. Okay, I'm back. And also also out here for the scenery, but that is not the most important reason, honestly. It is part of it, scenic beauty and being out in the woods and all that is part of it. But honestly, if you were looking for scenic beauty, through hiking probably wouldn't be what you would do. Because I could do a month in the Wind Rivers, I could do a month in the Cascades, I could do a month in these different places that are amazing, do a month in southern Utah, and like that would be much more beautiful and diverse than any through hike you could do. However, there is something to be said for stringing together several months of hiking and just being on foot the whole time. Besides just kind of like the romanticized adventure of it. But also, when I did that section from Mexico on the PCT, that opening section, that first 150 miles, I never in a million years would have strapped on a backpack and chose to backpack that if it wasn't for the PCT. So, and it was beautiful, and I loved it, and I had a great time. And so, I mean, that's another cool thing that a through hike does, is it forces you to hike places that maybe you wouldn't think to or choose to hike. And yeah, it's awesome out here. So I have some footage I'm going to cut you to from a hike I did. So that was in the Sipsey Wilderness. Let me cut you to that. This is more of an adventure route than a trail, but pretty awesome nonetheless. I'm constantly having to cross the creek here. This is nuts. I haven't even gotten to any of the official waterfalls yet. And they're just everywhere back here. This is amazing. This is Deer Skull Falls. Amazing. This is the Deer Skull Falls / Wolfpen Falls Loop Trail, which is much more of an adventure route than a trail. It's absolutely amazing back here, but I'm down climbing waterfalls, on wet rock, and I'm walking on steep muddy paths, and I'm constantly crossing this creek, which is raging, so this hike is not for the faint of heart. And you should probably do it with a friend. Probably not solo like me. And it should also be noted that this is not like a quick day hike. This is an all-day adventure affair. All day. This is Wolfpen Falls. Last major fall of the hike. I think that other falls was mislabeled. I think this is Wolfpen Falls. It's a lot, I don't have anything for scale, but it's pretty big. Okay, I'm back. That other place, I switched locations. A little too much traffic, so yeah, Sipsey Wilderness is amazing. That was a day hike I did, which was probably about 5 miles. It was the Deer Skull Falls, Wolfpen Falls Loop Trail. Trail is also used very loosely. It was probably about 5 miles, but with all the backtracking I had to do, it was probably more like 8 miles. There's lots of sketchy stream crossings. There's down climbing of a waterfall, lots of mud, some sketchy log crossings. That was a full-on adventure route. But beautiful and awesome, and I'm glad I did it. All the trails in the Sipsey are a little sketchy. None of them are they're all called wild trails, and that is a good description. Let's just say they're not ADA accessible and leave it at that, but beautiful nonetheless. So yeah, why am I hiking the AT instead of the PCT or the CDT or something like that? So I've always had it in my mind to hike the AT. It's been on my radar since I was in my 20s. And I didn't think the day would come that I ever would hike it, but I definitely fantasized about the idea of hiking the AT. And after I moved into a van, I had a sudden epiphany, oh, if you want to hike the AT, this is the perfect lifestyle, because I can just get a job in the winter and then, hike during the summer. I don't have to worry about losing my apartment or any of that stuff. Like, it works out great. So in 2017, I worked at Amazon, and I had planned to work through March, or at least to like mid-March at Amazon, and then hike the AT in the summer of 2018. And what happened was I got to about Christmas time at Amazon and decided that I just could not take it anymore. So I quit. And that meant that I wouldn't have enough money to hike the trail. So I figured, I can just get it another year. So 2019 came along and something else came up. And then 2020 was coming, and I was definitely thinking about it. I was thinking it, I was interested, I was loosely planning it, and then my friends Dutch and Nikki told me that they were hiking the PCT. So at that point, it was like, it's kind of stupid for me to hike the AT while they're hiking the PCT. I should just hike the PCT with them. So that's why I was doing the PCT. So now that, obviously that didn't go well, the whole 2020 pandemic thing. So I considered the PCT. I did kick it around in my head of doing the PCT, either continuing from where I stopped or starting from the beginning. But all said and done, I've just really wanted to do the AT. The PCT is beautiful, and I've been to a lot of the parts of it. And same with the CDT. Like, I've done extensive backpacking and or day hiking all along the mountains along the PCT. I've done that on the CDT as well. And pretty much I'm an explorer at heart. And I love to explore new places. And I would definitely get to see new places on the PCT or the CDT. But I got a general feeling for those trails and those places and the states that they go through and the mountain ranges that they go through. The AT, I've only been to, I think, 4 of the states on the AT, and 2 of those were recently. We're back in November. So, like, this is a whole new realm for me. I've always wanted to explore the East, and I mean, what better way to do it than on foot? I like slow travel, and so that's kind of my thinking behind why I'm doing the AT. There is another factor as well. When I started the PCT, I weighed about 190 pounds. I had lost a bunch of weight from working at Amazon. And I was in relatively good shape when I started the PCT. And, the PCT, it's 500 miles longer. There's a shorter weather window. So, to be quite honest, there's no way I would finish the PCT if I started this year. Like, I'm currently 230 pounds. I'm 40 pounds heavier than I was when I started the PCT. And the fact that the AT is shorter and has a longer weather window means that I'm pretty sure I can complete this trail starting at 230 pounds. That is not possible on the PCT. It wouldn't happen. It just wouldn't happen. I would not finish it in time before I got stuck in a horrible blizzard in the Cascades. So, AT it is. And yeah, I'm really excited for it because I've had this in my thoughts for a long time, and I'm already out on trail right now. And I'll start my, full-on vlogs of it after this video. But yeah, this is awesome. I'm excited. Hopefully I can make it to Maine. And yeah, that's my story. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. And I'll catch you later on the trail.